Yes, yep.
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 Man. Basically, till H period, they were telling you one story. What was the story? It was a pretty good story, too.
That I was trading with them
So
balance.
prior day, right? Monday, if you think about Monday, this is your value area low from Monday. And then remember, we talked about this profile that it looked a little weird, but majority of that time and value was at the top. What's going on with this disconnection? If you look, this is your distribution here on the top, right? So this is where the value is, right here. And if this is the value, look where they open. They're like right here. They traded basically till H period, and you see the H was trying to kind of run away from price action, right? They went up top, they trapped some longs here, probably in G period, and they sold off. Then they consolidated a little bit on the bottom here. But notice where the single prints were from the day prior, right? So you really want the price to be kind of shifting away from here about what is this, 71, where the single prints are, and I guess maybe that's IPH a little bit higher here, a few pennies. Nonetheless, you have the single prints here, and look what they did. Then the M period did what?
Spiked.
Yeah, it was spiked. So you have a really nice level that you want to play tomorrow. That would be right here. If the Bears lose this level, it's really, it could be a bloodbath. Does it make sense why here? Why the Bears want to be here? Anyone not following? Why? That makes sense. So you do have a spike base, right? When you have those single prints, it becomes a really, really good level to do what also? If you're a bear, you want to be below, but now if you're a bull, I'm just going to bring up like the weekly chart. Make sure this is on. So you guys can see maybe something here, what's happening. So this was our last week, right? So this was our last week profile. So remember we had that attempt higher, we peaked, and then we kind of sold off. So we left a distribution here. You have some single prints here, and look where majority of the profile is being spent so far in 2 days. So if you were to combine this day and this day, is this LVN going to be here?
Nope. Spent the time filling it up.
And what do you have now here? You went from an LVN to what?
HVN.
So if they're not able to crack this tomorrow, like let's say they're not able to crack this level here, 6991, I would probably say 94, if I remember correctly. That was our December. It should be 6994 and a quarter. Yep, maybe 94. I'll get these quarters mixed up. So this is our 2025 high. Why would this level be like important at all?
If they're accepting or rejecting value.
They're most likely rejecting value, and I just showed you now when we drew that, I would say the FVP, we are basically looking at price action that was filling the LVN. And if you can't go above LVN, what is that telling you about that LVN?
You don't want to go to the next distribution.
Well, exactly. The price is not being accepted above that LV, and they're trying, right? I mean, they tried here a couple of times and they got rejected off of this. There's a seller here sitting, and he's just taking hits and he keeps sending them. So this right here, I would say it's probably not a bad short overnight. If you can play MES and sorry, if you can play MES, or if you're patient enough to sit about 86 or 91, but this might not be a bad overnight with some smaller, size, and just let it sit, let it ride, and put a stop loss somewhere around here, maybe about 94. So give them 13 points. But if you're going to aim for something, what are you aiming for here? If you're giving them 15 points, how many points do you need in return?
30.
30.
So if you're doing something like this, let's say we're giving them 94 and a quarter, how's this trade here? Wouldn't this be the next logical level here if we lose value area high? Last week's POC, Virgin POC. You lose this value area high of this weekly that you're pretty much dancing on the whole time. There's a high chance you're going to go to POC, and that's a 5-to-1 trade. That's not a bad trade to play. And I think tonight's session will be fairly important overnight. If they were able to go above this POC above 91, 94, that's a big deal. I don't see it happening tonight. This is a compressed P. They're not able to go above the LVN. We'll look at the daily a little bit more. This does not look like it's going to go higher for now. What could you do here now that you have this? Is there anything you can do here?
Combine them together.
Find these guys. Let's see what we got. This sides. Is this a very bullish, bearish profile?
Bullish profile. Capital
Pretty
P.
bullish profile. Yeah, maybe a short cover rally. They're trying to reject this value here, and they're basically now, vying for the penthouse, right? They're inside this one, so they lose. If they crack 94, I am pretty positive that you can aim for, all-time highs here. So far, they rejected lower prices, but if they're not able to crack this quickly tomorrow, like the actual, I think they even have a poor high. They're not able to crack that and finish this business or go above this 91, 94. They're going to get a sell-off. That means maybe there's some exhaustion. They lose this level here. They're just going to accelerate. There's no support here, guys. Look at this profile here. Very high chance you're going to hit 914 if you lose this level. And you could play this many ways tomorrow, right? Depending on if you open above or below, you could use the open. If you're here and they sell off, you could use some pretty decent stop losses to get all the way down to PT1. And the best thing you can do tomorrow, if that happens, is get in and just walk away until you have a discipline of staring at the screen and not doing anything stupid. Then don't look at it every minute. You can set a trailing, or eventually, let's say price is somewhere around here, put yourself slightly in the money. Don't trail so close because they'll come and get you. But let it play out for you, right? Smaller size, let it play out. It's a good feeling when you have the right setup and it goes all the way down or up based on your targets. To me, this looks like potentially some exhaustion. Is there anything noteworthy that you guys see here that actually is leaning a little bit more towards bearish than bullish profile for the day.
Close.
You open here, you're closing here, and you're closing below what?
Value area low.
Area low. It should, in a profile like this, I would say this is a D-shaped. One could argue that it's double distro, but I don't think so. If this is D-shaped and you're closing below the value area low, what is most likely to happen tomorrow?
Sell off.
Go retest the value area low.
There's a very high chance you're going to go up basically to the bottom of the IBL of today. I wouldn't be surprised, right? If you're here and you visit this level where you were, I would not be very. I would think that they're going to sell off tomorrow. You don't reclaim this, you're going to price target one. There's no other way to explain it. You're going to dump this. You're going to fix this poor low that you ran from. You're trapping the bulls here. You trap you trap some shorts here. You trap the bulls here the next day. Because think about it. This was a poor high. And now when you think about it here, they came in, they give you a little wick and dump. And this looks like it's going to go lower unless they quickly reclaim 94 tomorrow. And I personally don't think they will. They close below this zone and then overnight, I guess you see here. And they basically recovered an overnight push above this zone. So is the inventory short or long here?
That long.
Yeah, inventory is not long, so that's why I would, if they can give you this 91, pretty good spot to take a short. A very good spot for overnight short. If they lose this level and give you any retest if you're around, that would be also a very good short. How's volume today? Did you guys check? A pretty good volume.
Best volume I've seen.
That's pretty horrible. Not actually trading this crap. 1 million. Missing half the people there. So again, I would not be long here, guys. I would look to short this. If they give you 91, it's a short overnight. Oh, I'll play it and you can find this POC right here. Yeah, it's 91. 91 and a half. I'll definitely watch for that. If they give it, take a short. If you want to go short now, if you're not going to be around, or leave a limit order, take one, maybe leave one. Probably not a bad idea. This looks very suspicious right here, this price action. Not a single lower low has been put since they opened ETH. For 3 hours, they haven't had a lower low yet. It'll be a hard sell at some point.
Sorry, why was overnight inventory not long?
Inventory is not long when you are trading above the close. So your settle
Okay.
price of 415 is sitting about 70. So the inventory became that long and you're above it now. You're trading 81. So where everybody's leaning more bullish, but the close was pretty bearish.
Gotcha.
There's your guys. If they lose this level, if you want to play it someone professionally, once they lose this level, let's say on 5 minutes here, that's a pretty good short. You could even set up a tighter stop, like 7 points, 8 points, and then you can drive it all the way down. Pretty sure they're going to tap 69 tonight. They might just give you that here in a few minutes. Oh, this loss, I mean. But they'll give you 69 tonight. Oh, that sounds awful. They'll give you the 69 and a quarter level. Okay. Okay. Is anyone still in the NPH?
Yeah.
That I kept getting some alerts today. If they crack this level, right, where they're trading right now, like this zone here, if they're able to crack this, guys, 87 is next. Like they're gonna run this pretty fast. Oh, about 30 points run from here. So hopefully it works out. It would do very good on the options. I mean, that would be a jackpot. Snap. I saw still trading about 522. The 481 is the lower than my sweep. But this, once it catches any good news, guys, it's probably going to go to 7, maybe even 820. So I have some shares of Snap here. AMC, you guys know I got some funny calls here. Pure speculation. Eventually, this is going to catch some drift, right? They've been pretty much buying it at the lows here, right? There's short players still available. It's a pretty easy price to buy. Now, if retail starts buying it here, it might be in trouble at some point too. Intel, I didn't see Intel do anything meaningful. They're just consolidating, right? Is this bullish or bearish? So what is Intel doing here in terms of value?
Shifting it.
Yeah, it's shifting it. Unless we lose this level about 42, then it can become really bearish. Probably 37, 35 would be doable. But as of right now, there's really not a lot of volume. But let's see if they crack this, then we're looking for 68 and then 85. All right. I guess, well, that's it. I'm going to go to bed. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Thank you.
Thanks, Shorty.